You said you'd fill in for Dezel, right?
A man never goes back on his word. Well, unless it's with the ladies.
But can you really do it?
Oh ho ho! You doubt me, huh? Come on, you've seen what I can do.
Yeah, but only because you practically forced it on us.
I said I was sorry. Jeez.
We get how strong you are, but what about the spiritual power of wind? You don't have to go back and get it?
Not to worry. The shepherd takes those spiritual powers into his being. So there's nothing to worry about. Especially not with an able and handsome wind seraph like me.
All right then.
I won't let you down.
I'll see to it you don't.
I'm a little surprised. You're quite knowledgeable about spiritual powers and shepherds.
Well, I am a well-experienced grown-ass man after all. You know you can always count on me.
Somehow I'm not so sure that I can.
I know this is real sudden, but there's something I want to ask y'all so I can fit in a little better. Tell me your weaknesses.
Why would we tell you something like that?
Hey now, that's cold, Mick boy. I'll tell you mine to make it fair. On days when the temperature is low, I get cold.
Yeah, because you don't wear any clothes.
Oh, I see how it is. You want something juicier? Let me tell you something. If a girl starts crying, there's nothing I won't do for her.
Didn't need to know that, thanks.
You guys are tough customers. All right, try this one on for size. I'm strong against earth, but weak against fire.
We knew that.
That's no good either? Well, then here's a juicy tidbit that'll rock your world. As far as I can tell, from the waist up, Lila is...
This isn't even about weaknesses anymore.
Looks like you're fitting in just fine, I'd say.
Hey, Zavid. I want to ask you about something you mentioned.
Oh, Is this your response to my love confession?
Don't try and weasel your way out of this. You said there was something you had to settle with my brother.
That's all there is to it, really. There's just something between us we need to settle.
And that something is?
I told him, please let me marry your little sister, and he punched me.
Don't lie.
Oh, come on, he'd totally do something like that.
Fine, don't tell me then.
No wonder he's worried about her all the time.
So what's this really about?
Did Edna's brother ask a favor from you or something like that?
Who wants to know?
Does it have something to do with the oath?
Nah, it's not that big of a deal. But even so, a promise between men is just as sacred. It all might be too much for mere humans to bear.
I shouldn't have taken them along. Oh, it's so useless to say that now. They could have stayed home in their rooms if they didn't want to deal with it. They went out of their own accord.
Yeah, and I don't think either of them expect or want anyone to take responsibility for their being dragged into this.
Both of them seem so used to living with the Seraphim. Wonder if they were always like this.
Saray and I were raised together ever since we were just babies.
There was a time when you were a baby?
That's rude.
My bad, my bad. I'm sure you were a sweet, well-behaved little guy back in your day.
Too bad I'm not like that anymore, huh? You know, there's something I've been wondering.
Yeah, what?
You're an Earth Seraph, right? So why do you use an umbrella for a weapon? Isn't that more like a water element?
I guess I can tell you. Ready to have your mind blown? I'm using it precisely because I'm an Earth Seraph.
Huh?
You know about the dominant relationships among the elements. Earth, water, fire, and wind, right? Earth is stronger than water. Meaning that especially when using seraphic arts, you can increase your mana output by using the subordinate element as a catalyst.
What?
Just to let you know, Lila has been using wind-imbued paper, and Dezel's pendulum has been using earth and minerals as their catalysts. The staff that you've been using is fundamentally an earth element. You'd have to be a complete idiot for using something like that as a water seraph, is what I'd like to say, but I'll hold back.
But you did just say it!
Well, if you've been using it as a way to train yourself, or a way to incorporate physical attacks on top of seraphic arts, then you're not doing it completely wrong, at least. The longer you live, the easier it is for you to choose to do what takes the least amount of effort. But if you really aren't satisfied and want to grow stronger, then you're just going to have to do things the hard way if you want to go beyond whatever ability you were born with.
Huh.
Anyways, you've been using your staff without knowing what it's for. Good job, dummy.
Ugh.
That's a whole bunch of Norman we found.
Yes, an abnormal amount.
But I gotta say, their abilities really are helpful. Why does everyone leave them alone?
Yeah, you'd think there would be droves of seraphim asking for their help.
Long ago, there was in fact an enormous demand for them. They were booked up for months at a time.
So why are they just wandering around now?
One day their leader-ish person rose up against the extreme work conditions, demanding autonomy for Norman Seraphim, plus a significant raise in wages. He called on the other Norman to join the fight for independence.
A Norman revolt?
Were there many casualties?
None. The only one pushing for independence was the leader-ish fellow. The others were simply like,
We don't mind helping, but it'd be real sweet if we could get maybe a 300-year break between crunch time.
and that was more or less that.
So easy going. But that's Norman for you.
And what happened to the leader?
Well, that's a whole nother...
After a protracted battle with another seraph, he lost and was never seen again. Or so the story goes.
Huh. So Norman have their own history too.
Lila, I get. But you sure know a lot about Norman, Edna. You really must like them a whole...
I just hear rumors, that's all.
So which one of you influenced the other into ruin exploring mania?
Man, I don't even remember.
You were the one who started it, obviously. Always dragging me around like that.
But you were the one who first took interest in the treasure hunting aspect of it all.
That's only because I wanted there to be some sort of overarching goal to what we were doing.
Well, I've learned one thing from all this.
What is it?
That I don't care about this stuff at all.
That's all you got out of this?
Lila, sit here for a second.
What is it?
Just take a seat. So, you have a lot of Norman acquaintances, but don't seem terribly interested in Norman.
Well, I mean, we're just friends is all.
What the? Just sit down already. Lila, you're underestimating them. Remember, we need to catch 50 of them or else.
You really like the Norman, don't you, Edna? You even got one on your umbrella.
You kidding me? I totally don't like them. Now, why won't you sit down?
The last time I sat down, it was to pull an all-nighter. That's bad for fair skin like mine, so good night.
Hey, sit down.
Being able to fuse equipment at the shop is really convenient to help prep for battle.
Yes, it's amazing how even among humans, there are those who can extract the full potential of certain equipment like the divine artifact.
Plus, it looks like we can fuse unneeded equipment together to breathe new use into them.
I have some experience with this sort of thing as well, although it may take time to get used to it again.
Wow, will I be able to do it someday?
For those that don't possess the required innate qualities, I've heard that it feels like their nerve cells are getting sliced from the back of their heads.
Oh.
I never thought I'd see so many Hellions. Kinda makes me feel guilty for not being able to see them before.
You should. Ignorance is a crime, you know.
So, don't you think the quality of equipment is crucial in surviving tough battles?
They also say that true masters don't choose their weapons.
But since we're no masters, I thought it might be better if we build relationships with the shop owners and order from them.
Yeah, well, they say the relationship only lasts as long as the money does.
Yeah, I agree. So what I'm saying is, it's important to build a relationship with the shopkeeper rather than just haggling to get the price down.
I can't even tell if you guys are arguing or not.
Why do you kill the Hellions?
Well, hell's bells. Not one to mince words now, are you?
It's not the sort of thing you need to beat around the bush about.
Fair enough. Plain and simple, it's just my style.
You mean killing?
If I gotta.
There are some out there who can't be purified.
Yeah. There are Hellions who can't go back to their original form.
But even so, Saray promised he'd find a way to bring them back. With Edna.
How shepherdly of him. Well, if he can't find a way, then he needs to take responsibility. As long as he does that, it's fine.
Taking responsibility.
To kill, you mean?
No, not exactly. Meaning he needs to find his own answer. That was pretty wise of me, right? They love me not. They love me, they love me not. They love me.
What is it you're trying to find out?
You know how I joined halfway, and like, after I did a bunch of not-so-nice stuff to you guys? I kinda wonder if everyone hates me.
Well, what did you find out?
Well, it looks like... yeah, everyone pretty much hates me.
Oh, come now. Saray and the others aren't like that.
Yeah, he is the shepherd and all. Not to mention kind of a goody two-shoes. So maybe it's kind of meaningful that a guy like me tags along, even if I'm not exactly welcomed.
Then I'll do a little reading myself to see if you're truly welcome among us.
A paper flower? That means there's only one petal.
Zavid is our friend, it says.
It's just some dumb fortune.
Maybe, but my fortunes are never wrong.
I remember hearing some old folk tale about a seraph and a hellion.
Really? What kind of story was it?
Well, it's like this. There was this kind old man and this mean old lady, right? And the old lady cuts the tongue of the little bird they were keeping.
How cruel.
When the old man goes to the cabana that his bird flew away to, the bird brings him a treasure chest. But when the old lady goes to that cabana, she gets a treasure chest full of awful things.
Wait, hold on. Can you even cut off a bird's tongue?
And what's up with the bird and the treasure chest? How could a bird prepare something like that?
Plus, the bird's cabana? Pretty sure you mean nest.
That's not the point of the story, okay? Jeez.
Hey, Mr. Shepherd, where's Lila and the others?
They went to the sauna to relax.
Oh, snap! Saray, let's set up the sauna!
Maybe later.
Come on, don't be such a buzzkill! We men need to be open and comfortable about things like this. You know, a naked relationship.
Well, you are always half naked, Zavid.
I may look like an exhibitionist when it comes to my body, but the door to my heart is always closed. That's why I wanted to take this time to bond with you. You know, like, as an accomplice.
Don't tell me you're going to read the wind to snoop around the girls' sauna.
Oh, you're pretty sharp after all, you no-good shepherd, you.
I don't think this is a good idea. Someone's definitely going to notice.
I don't want to grow up to be the kind of guy who views everything as a win-or-lose situation. The trickling sweat, the flushed red cheeks. There is a healthy, sublime beauty in this closed space we call a sauna. Saray, let's go hunting for babes.
That sure was therapeutic. Why don't you guys step in as well?
You mean like this?
That's not the kind of babe hunting I'm talking about!
Huh?
Zavid, I have a favor to ask of you.
What is it? I don't like that look on your face.
Please, put some clothes on. It's just not right.
I wish I could, Toots, but it's part of my oath.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's the reason I've been traveling alone.
It's not like you're the only one who's got an oath to follow, you know?
You have one too, Edna?
Yeah, to prevent my brother from leaving the mountains. I eat peanuts every day, an amount equal to my age.
And I need to get a tan to shed a layer of skin at least once a month.
Oh, I remember Dazzle saying something about an oath he had to keep his teeth all jaggedly sharp.
I can't tell if you're joking or not.
Look who's talking.
But that's what the oath of the Seraphim is like, isn't it?
Yes, we must keep the truth in our hearts. That's the nature of the oath.
Hey, Edna?
What?
Aren't those boots a little big on you?
Got a problem with it?
Nope. Just wondering if it's hard to walk in those.
They used to be my brother's. He adjusted it so that it'll match my shoe size. Don't worry.
Then how about those gloves?
We have matching ones. What about them?
They look great with your dress. Though the overall look is a little strange.
My brother told me the same thing.
Huh?
Never mind. Just saying that you wouldn't be able to pull this look off.
Guess that's true.
Weirdo.
I could say I'm a fan of this paper fan. No, that's too easy.
You still awake? Oh, hey. I think this is the first time I've seen you with your hair down.
I need to set it properly to make sure it doesn't get in the way during battle.
Styling is a pain. I just cut mine when it gets too long.
Well, I think you have radiant hair.
You really think so? How long did it take you to grow your hair?
I can't really recall a time when my hair was short, honestly.
You mean you can't remember because it was so long ago? You have been around for a while and all.
Indeed. When you've been around as long as I have, you forget even what you had for dinner 2 nights ago.
Pretty sure even humans can't remember that.
I don't remember the first word I learned to say either.
Yeah, once again, welcome to the world of mortals.
Today's dinner was a little hard to swallow for growing boys like us.
Even if you're not a youngin', this stuff is so bland.
I chose it so we could all have something healthier to eat for once. Looks like it wasn't well received, though.
It's great that it's healthy and all, but this is too much of a good thing.
Yeah, it's not very chewy or crunchy, very subtle in flavor. No matter how you look at it, it wasn't very satisfying.
It certainly was quite a radical dinner.
You didn't have to say that much about it. That really hurts. I've been working hard to make sure everyone's health stays in check, and not to mention our wallets.
Whoa! Hey, we don't blame you for anything. Isn't that right, Mikleo? Zavid?
Right. We know how much you care for us out there. I'm really grateful. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks for caring about us. Glad to have you by our side.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. Now then, guess it's time for a second helping.
Wait, so you only made this because it was what you really wanted to eat?
Hey Edna, Lila, check this out. Ta-da!
Is this a picture or some kind of poster?
Looks more like some kind of ad.
A breath of fresh air into the fashion of the Seraphim. The latest trend from Sparrow Feather brand launches right now?
What is this supposed to be?
It's a new business targeting the Seraphim. You guys don't need food, but you need clothes, right? It's an untouched market, the perfect opportunity for a monopoly. This is it!
I don't think the Seraphim are exactly hurting for new clothes.
I like what I'm wearing already, too.
Well, of course you do. You're totally behind the times.
Behind the times?
No one asked what you think.
That attitude is no good. Girls need to dress fashionably or you'll get left behind. It doesn't matter if you're Seraphim or human. No!
Then what kind of clothes do you have for us?
That's where you guys come in. I don't know what's all the rage among Seraphim these days. Huh? Aren't you too excited?
I think you broke her. You okay, Lila?
Behind the times?
Too late. Great, Rose. Now look what you did.
Huh? Me?